Well, hello civilians. Welcome back to our channel. And today we'll be talking about the 15 reasons why you need a developed country. So, let's begin. Now, living in a developed country is the dream of millions of people. While you may not recognize the value of a developed country if you live in it, but there are millions who dream what you take for granted. If you need a reality check, you should ask those people that are suffering in pain and misery in poor countries that have no opportunities for growth and development while also being affected by war, conflict, crimes, drugs, terrorism, human trafficking, and religious extremism. Today we will be talking about the importance of a developed country and what happens with your life if you are not fortunate enough to be born in one. So let's begin with those 15 aspects which are as follows. Now the point number 1 is standard of living. The first one is pretty simple. When you live in an underdeveloped country, you experience pretty ugly standards of living. Things like education, healthcare, infrastructure, public transportation, drainage systems, and various other amenities are all in a pretty bad condition. If you are in a poor country, you experience life in a completely different way. What others might have as normal is a distant dream for you. You go through your childhood to being an adult who has always struggled for basic amenities like food, clothing, and shelter. Now, there are millions of people who struggle daily as they are unemployed, homeless, starved, malnourished, hungry, while also lacking decent clothing. If you are watching this by any chance and the above mentioned needs are fulfilled, then consider yourself lucky. While people are also homeless in developed countries like the USA, they can be at least sure that there are programs for the poor which enable them to get out of this bad situation. If one can get out of the bad situation, then there are ample opportunities for them to grow as a person, whereas a person in a poor country will never have the chance to escape poverty or homelessness throughout their entire life. Even if one gets a job, he has to work in inhuman conditions for little to no wages, where he might be treated like animals and have no rights as an employee or even as a human. Now, the second point is environment. There are some countries that ensure their environment is taken care of and nobody is destroying their natural habitat and ecological biodiversity. But this is not the case when you live in a poor country. Now, there are many countries that are full and abundant of natural resources, but since corruption is rampant in these countries, their environment takes a beating. Today, millions are being exposed to severe effects that are caused due to climate change, deforestation, and greenhouse gas effects. When a government fails to protect its environment, many people are killed or displaced because of natural disasters like tsunamis, earthquakes, forest fires, landslides, hurricanes, tornadoes, droughts, etc. Very often, many trees are cut and various animals are killed, which creates an imbalance in the nature. While there are concerns to preserve and protect the planet, the government in a poor country hardly works on these issues. This mismanagement of environment and natural resources causes huge problems for the people that live there. Today, millions of people lack access to clean drinking water because the water table has been depleted and sometimes they have to travel many kilometers or miles just to get some water. Even when they get it, it's mostly contaminated that can cause waterborne diseases. Even the air is also polluted, and in most of the cases, there is a presence of toxic fumes and thick smog, which pushes AQI levels that can give you infected lungs and respiratory diseases. Now, the third point is opportunities. If you are in a developed country, you could have many opportunities that can make you rich, famous, and successful. But this is not the case with a poor country. Now, there are millions of people who have a lot of talent, potential, and the willingness to work extremely hard and make a name for themselves. But there aren't ample opportunities where they can showcase their talents. Now, if you live in a developed country, you might think that every person has the same opportunities as you, but this is not the case. Many people are stuck in situations where they can't get out no matter how much they try. Growth, development, and opportunities are a blessing when you live in a developed country, while you lack these aspects of life when you live in a poor country. Now we come to the fourth point, which is religion. Now, I don't know why, but a poor country will always be super religious, and a super religious country will always be poor. If your country has more temples, churches, mosques, and other places of worship than schools, colleges, and universities, then your country is both super religious as well as poor. The countries that are super developed, rich and prosperous might be a bit religious, but they will always rely more on science, technology, logic, reasoning, research, innovation and common sense instead of religious beliefs. There are some people in poor countries that are educated and want to contribute to science and technology, but when there is an environment where most people still believe in superstitions, traditions, custom, rituals and norms, the scope for adopting latest developments is little to none. Now the fifth point is law and order. A developed country has certain rules and regulations for each and everything. These laws are enforced by the authorities and they see to it that no one gets past them. But when you live in a poor country, there are hardly any laws to safeguard and protect the fundamental rights and privacy of the citizens. Moreover, the people and the concerned authorities that are entrusted with the responsibility of implementing law and order are most of the times themselves guilty of breaking them. If you need to avail a public service or file a complaint to the police, you have to pay bribe each and every damn time just to get anything done. In this situation, the corrupt and powerful will always get away with anything such as murder, rape, robbery, scam or any other criminal activity, while you might get arrested even when you are innocent and have done nothing wrong. Now, to keep this video short and simple, we will end here, and in the next video we will continue with more points as to why you need a developed country. So that was it for today's CiBillions. If you really liked our content, then please like, comment, share and subscribe, because your likes motivate us to make more content just for you. And do follow us on Instagram, because our community of like-minded people is growing bigger day by day. So thanks for being with us until the end, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.